Merry Christmas, everybody. We're going to be in the Midtown area today, and I want you to skip across town with me so we can get in the spirit and feel the Christmas cheer in New York City. While most New Yorkers will tell you to stay away from Times Square because they don't venture off into Times Square, I'm one of those New York City residents that tell you, please go to Times Square and many of these other incredible tourist spots. When you live in a city like New York City, you're supposed to enjoy it from top to bottom. You're supposed to go to Times Square, these other tourist areas, as well as your local native spots throughout the city. Why would you ever want to deprive yourself from living in such a glorious place? When everything is at your disposal and at your fingertips, why would you ever shelter yourself off from enjoying this city from top to bottom? I love walking through the city. It gives me the motivation and the drive to go out there and achieve, to become something great, to work hard, to save money, to venture off and do the things that I like to do, the things that I find fulfilling. This city is a city for the hustlers. It's for the people who want the good things in life. It's for the people who want to enjoy the very fine things. If you work hard, if you go in with your goal and you stay on the course, you can literally become anything you want to be in this city. I live uptown in New York City, and just within 30 minutes I can be in Midtown, especially taking the express train. So right from the steps of my door, life can really be different. My circumstances can change and life would go from 0 to 100%. It's moments like these where I leave my house and think to myself, wow, Stephen, why haven't you taken advantage of this wonderful city? Why didn't you stay a course and stay on top of things so that you can have the fabulous life of New York City? And I've been really making strides to change that, to really go out there and find fulfillment in New York City. Look at that, Christmas time, just magnificent. I'm gonna walk right over there, cut through, just so that I can get a glimpse of this. I've been living in this city and I don't even interact with the decorations. As you can see, counterfeit goods are being sold. So whether you go all the way over, this is 6th Avenue, that's 5th Avenue, where the real luxury shopping, and Madison Square is even behind that. But even if you can't afford the real one, you got the counterfeit knockoffs right here at the corner. So be careful who you like, who's Louis Vuitton or Dolce & Gabbana or Dior bag that you really like, because it could absolutely be fake. But enough about that. Let's look at the cheer of this city. Spectacular. Everybody's out here enjoying themselves. Right on the waterfalls, you have these big, giant, oversized ornaments, which I'm 6'1". I can only imagine that each one of those are probably 6 feet. They're extremely tall, and just the vibrancy, the families coming out. You have the holiday shopping all along here. Just imagine depriving yourself from this glorious city and you're staying away because you don't want to interact with the tourists. You'll miss a whole bunch of incredible opportunities to go out there, have fun, enjoy life, and just have a sensational time. Right across the street, you have the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon and the Radio City Music Hall. One thing that I love most about New York City is that it's a place of diversity. You can meet an incredible lover, you can meet a lifelong friend, you can meet almost anyone, someone that can alter and change your life within minutes, because you never know who you're gonna meet in this area. And this is 6th Avenue, again, a business district. So Monday through Friday, you would otherwise get the business professionals, CEOs, high-ranking employees coming out of these buildings. But today, everybody's relaxed, staying home for the Christmas time, enjoying themselves. Do you think Wemby, the NBA superstar, is just as tall as those candy canes? They're huge. Let's cross the street here. Look at them toy soldiers over there. I'm gonna go over there in a few, but we're gonna walk around in the crowds here for now. I was just thinking yesterday on social media how this year was the least festive, and this is the first time that Christmas didn't really feel like Christmas. But coming out here, it's a whole different ball game, and I'm just happy that I decided to make this Christmas what it is. I grew up in a religious household that didn't celebrate Christmas, and so I never really had a full Christmas experience. But even though I didn't grow up in a household that celebrated Christmas, I often look for the cheer of Christmas holiday. I love the festivities of the holiday, and it was always readily available. But this year, if you didn't go looking for it, you didn't see it. This would normally be an active road, but it's blocked off today because they knew it would be packed full of people. It is a tourist attraction 365, and you got the people walking in the middle of the streets. Look at her, dressed to the nines. I think this woman's outfit is spectacular. That is holiday spirit right there. And as you can see, probably from an affluent background, it just goes to show the cluster of people that come in this area. This is the line waiting for the observation deck, the top of the rock, where they're gonna go all the way up there. And you have a bar called Bar 65, I believe, so you can go and have drinks at the top. We're also walking towards the tree, and so probably the tree should be lit all day, especially since it's Christmas time, all the way into the Christmas evening. So people are outside ice skating. There you go. What a beauty. And I'm sure it radiates. It's so spectacular to look at night. Look at this, the crowds, the energy. It's actually a quiet energy. Look at it, so beautiful. It's a nice, quiet, serene energy. Let's see if the skaters are skating. They should be. And this is one of the many skating rinks in New York City. They do. One of the many skating rinks in New York City. You have the Wallerman rink in Central Park, and then you have the one in Winter Village. I'm sure you have one uptown in Harlem, and then you have one by my house at the Riverside Park. Just ice rinks all over the city, in the Bronx, and even in Queens too. I'm sure Staten Island have some. Just the liveliness. That's one of the greatest menswear companies. I love their clothing there. I can't afford it yet, but one day, it's the ultimate gentleman luxury. police checkpoints just to keep people safe. And then you have the wonderful, iconic Saks Fifth Avenue, which have their lighting display on this Christmas. Last Christmas, they cut it out due to budgeting, but this Christmas is all back alive and well. Fifth Avenue shopping. Let's make our way across here to the St. Patrick's Cathedral. And I'm sure they had Christmas Mass, or maybe they'll have Christmas Mass this evening. The magic of New York City. Everybody's coming together to enjoy the city. You have the Cartier building, which is well lit, decorated. You can always count on them for their exclusive decorations and jewelry displays. And then you have Legoland, which is right here. Look at this full scale version of Midtown New York City. That is the Brooklyn Bridge on the East River, of course. And look at this one here. I don't know what they are, but that's on display at the Legoland. So let's make our way back over to 6th Avenue, just so I can see those full-size marching men. Bill's Bar and Burger. That looks very cozy in the inside. People just enjoying themselves for a nice casual lunch right in Midtown. They are busy in there. So if you are working on Christmas, you're probably gonna earn a lot of money in this area. Just a wonderful display of people going out having fun. Some people still finding the Christmas cheer. City Winery has this very quaint side going on. Some more outdoor dining experience, even if you don't want to take yourself inside of the restaurants. American Girl shop. I wonder how much products they sold this year. That place tends to be a staple in New York City. A lot of people come in here and they'll go by that store, get a couple of toys. It's an experience in its own. But the liveliness, the energy, the distinctiveness in one of the most incomparable cities in all of the USA. New York City is one of those places where boredom is really a choice. If you do find yourself bored in New York City, you only need to just put on some shoes, go out there and experience the city. Be one with the people. There's so much things you can do. In this area, although we are in the more business side, as we approach going straight across here, that's the theater district. And it wraps around Times Square. So there's Broadway shows. Then you have these incredible hotels that offer top-notch dining experiences. Radio City Music Hall has something 365. It's a concert hall venue. Currently, of course, we have the Rockettes celebrating 100 years this year, so there's going to be a special show for them. I think one of the most impressive things that we often forget is that this part of town, even though it's so commercialized and so busy, a lot of wealthy people stay here. If you go just across that way, let's say about 6 blocks, which is streets, 51st Street, 52nd Street, you go 6 ones that way, you'll be in Central Park South. Central Park is right there, less than 10 minutes away. Waiting for this big old bus and this black car to get out. That's Central Park right there. Look at those. These are gigantic. I'm always stumbling over my words, but let's go stand next to one. Now take a look at this. This is the toy soldier's bottom coat. This is the height in which I come down to. As you can see, those things are massive. We're talking approximately 9 feet tall. And then we'll skip across just so we can see the Christmas trees. Each one of these blocks have a specific theme. So you have the Christmas trees over here, right across the way, several of them on both ends along the statues here. And then of course you have the toy nutcrackers. You go down to the candy canes and of course the tree ornaments. Now we'll make our way to Times Square just so we can feel the energy of the heart of the city. And of course, what would New York City be without its very famous, very popular Times Square? But of course, before we go any farther, I want to let you know the counterfeit goods. So before you judge any person's wallet and you tell somebody what they do and don't have, remember the person you're vouching for may be walking around with some fake Goyard, fake Louis Vuitton, fake Chanel, Balenciaga, and so much more. So mind your business. Look at that. The awesomeness of Times Square. Wicked. People dropping their cards and stuff. Does this belong to you?
Oh, yeah, that's us. Thank you.
You're welcome. You were just dropping their items carefree. New York City, Times Square, people enjoying themselves. Look at that. And they finally gave that damn Jay-Z and Alicia Keys song a rest. Now they're singing This Christmas on the spin-o-gram. I'm gonna call it the spin-o-gram because it's all for the Instagram and they spin around. Look at that M&M shop there. You have the Hershey shop on the opposite side. And that Mariah Carey song is the first time I heard that song all season. The Christmas joys of New York City. The locals are tucked into their neighborhoods, tucked into their apartments. Maybe they're in a different state, but we know the tourists are alive, keeping New York City well. If you ever come to New York City and want to big bus tour, there you have it. You also have the hop on hop off, which is very popular as well. I'm not mad at it. That spin around spinstagram, what I call it, that concept is very popular, very hot in New York City. You have the ever so popular Hard Rock Cafe Hotel, which is a remarkable place to stay at in New York City. Whole skyscraper. They have those nice live shows at the top. Max Brenner, which is a great place to have breakfast, also known for its incredible chocolate. Times Square is hands down the most energetic place in all of New York City. And that's that Jay-Z and Alicia Keys song. I hate that song. They played the hell out of that song. That's the most played song in Times Square. I can't stand it. Every time I hear it, I know Jay-Z and Alicia Keys must hate that song as well. The Tempo Hotel, and then you have the ever so popular Edition Times Square, which is there. Tickets, the very iconic tickets where you can buy your Broadway theater if you want to wait in those lines, but you can also go on the internet and buy your Broadway tickets as well if you want the experience of waiting in line, by all means. And of course that situation is linked to the very famous Red Stairs. Big city energy. Look at it. The lines are wrapped. All for their Broadway tickets. I'm loving it for them. I couldn't do it, but I'm loving it for them. What it says, join the line here. You see it? And of course, in a couple of days, right at the top, we'll be having the countdown here, and the ball will be dropping in the heart of Times Square a week from now. And I'm not coming out here then, because you have to basically stay out here for 24 hours in order to get up and close and personal to kiss your loved ones, Lover's Lane, and celebrate Times Square. And I'm not gonna do that for anyone. That's the native New Yorker in me. One thing about the locals, their grind never stops. They are always going to find a way to hustle. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today in New York City's Christmas Day. We're in the heart of Times Square, and I'm going to leave you here. Whatever you want to do, go out there and do it. You have one life to live, so enjoy the energy and the people around you. As the days turn, we get older. And as we get older, it's hard for us to leave and live life. But while you have the chance, go out there and live life to the fullest. I'm going to leave you out here in Times Square, one of New York City's most popular destinations. And until next video, see you there.